My mother slept with my fiancé and came back crawling with a ridiculous request. My mother pulled me aside during the rehearsal dinner and said, "I slept with Robbie last week." Robbie was my fiancé of 4 years. I thought she was making some sick joke until I saw the guilt in her eyes. It just happened. We didn't mean for it to. She actually reached for my hand like we were going to bond over this. I found Robbie outside smoking with his groomsmen. He didn't even deny it, just shrugged and said my mom had come on to him and he was weak. Like sleeping with your future mother-in-law was equivalent to eating an extra slice of cake. I called off the wedding that night, sent a mass text to all guests that it was canceled, moved out of our apartment the next day, blocked them both on everything. Within 6 months, I was regional manager making twice what Robbie made. I bought a townhouse and adopted 2 rescue cats, started therapy and joined a hiking group where I met actual friends. My therapist helped me realize my mother had been competing with me my whole life, wearing inappropriate outfits to my graduations, flirting with my high school boyfriends. This was just her biggest betrayal yet. 8 months after the canceled wedding, my mother showed up at my office, not to apologize. She was crying and asking for help. "I need you to talk to Robbie for me. He won't return my calls." The audacity made me laugh out loud, but she wasn't done. She explained they'd been seeing each other since the wedding was canceled, that they were in love, that age was just a number. "I need you to be my maid of honor." She said it completely straight-faced. "You're marrying my ex-fiancé? We're soulmates. And you still have all those vendor contacts. The venue might give us the same date since you canceled so last minute." She wanted my wedding venue, my vendors, my plans. She'd already told family I was supportive, posted on Facebook about how mature I was being, even used my engagement photo locations, just cropping me out and inserting herself. She pulled out her phone to show me. "Look, I'm wearing your grandmother's ring. Robbie said you'd want me to have it. The ring my dying grandmother had given me specifically, now on my mother's finger." I stayed calm, told her I needed time to process. For 2 weeks, she bombarded me with messages about dress shopping and cake tasting. She sent links to mother of the bride dresses asking if they were too young for her. I met with my friend who was a party planner. We spent hours crafting the perfect response. I reached out to family members and learned she'd been lying extensively. Told them I begged her to take Robbie off my hands. My aunt revealed that mom had been pursuing Robbie throughout our entire relationship, showing up at his gym, texting him constantly. The seduction had been years in the making. We met at a restaurant where she immediately started talking about centerpieces. I let her ramble for 5 minutes. Then I slid my phone across the table showing a Facebook post I just published. It detailed exactly what happened, how she'd slept with my fiancé, how she was trying to use my wedding plans, how she'd lied to everyone. "Take that down immediately." She grabbed for my phone. "How could you do this to me? The same way you did it to me, publicly and without remorse." She started crying about her reputation, how Robbie would leave her if there was drama. I stood up to leave. She grabbed my wrist. "Wait, there's something else. I'm pregnant. Robbie doesn't know yet, please." I looked at her hand on my wrist, the same hand wearing my grandmother's ring. "That's not my problem." I walked out. The Facebook post went viral in our family. Aunts and uncles who'd believed her lies started calling to apologize. My grandmother's sister threatened to sue for the ring. Robbie's parents found out the full story and were horrified. 3 weeks later, my mother announced the pregnancy publicly, trying to salvage her image. Robbie proposed properly this time, probably out of obligation. But here's what she didn't expect. Robbie's ex-girlfriend from college reached out to me after seeing my post. She told me my mother wasn't the first older woman Robbie had been with. His pattern was targeting women who could advance his career or lifestyle. My mother had money. I had potential. We were both marks. I forwarded everything to my mother anonymously. She didn't believe it at first. Then she started watching, noticing how Robbie's eyes wandered, how he'd disappear for hours, how he seemed more interested in her credit cards than her company. She called me 6 months pregnant, crying. "You were right. He's been cheating with someone from his office. She's 23. I listened. I didn't comfort her. I don't know what to do. I'm alone and pregnant and everyone hates me. You made your choices. Now you live with them." I hung up. My mother had the baby, a girl. Robbie signed away his rights and moved to another state with the 23-year-old. Sometimes I see photos of my half-sister on social media. She looks like me when I was little. Same eyes, same smile. I don't reach out. Maybe one day when she's older and can understand, I'll tell her the truth. But that's not my responsibility right now. I'm engaged again, to a man I met in my hiking group, someone who's never met my mother and never will. At our wedding, the maid of honor will be my best friend Claire. The mother of the bride seat will be empty, and I'll finally have the day I deserved all along. Full story linked below.